Hello everyone, you're watching Campus France and we are here today with NEOMA Business School to talk about their Master in Management. We have today the Director of Recruitment, Mathieu Coton. Hi.
Hi, hello.
And we also have a student, Kshitish Gupta. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks a lot to be there with us. We're going to discuss about your Master in Management. But my first question is really easy. What is the Master in Management of NEOMA Business School?
Okay, well, so let's start with that. I'll make it short. Don't worry, I'm not going to make a lecture for minutes and minutes about it. So NEOMA Business School is a business school in France, in Reims, Rouen, and Paris. We have 3 campuses. Just to give you an idea, Reims and Rouen are 1 hour away from Paris, from opposite directions. We have been created through the merger of 2 business schools in France, very old one. Actually, one of them, the one from Rouen, Rouen Business School, was created before the Eiffel Tower, so just imagine. We are a triple accredited business school. What else can I say to make it short but interesting? We have 62,000 alumni, a very active community. It's a big part of the strength of the school. And we have been ranked in the top 50 Master in Management and Business School by the Financial Times program.
Okay, quick.
As an overview, yeah.
Quick and easy, perfect.
I don't want to be too long, yeah.
And what are the different steps to apply to this program?
So we are working on a rolling basis, so it's not multiple rounds. You can apply, you can start actually the application right now until July. The different step, the first is of course to complete the application online. Everything can be done online, nothing to send by post. Even transcript, you can send a scan. And then if you are pre-selected for the interviews, you do interviews with 2 professors from the program. And maybe Kshitish, can you tell us a
how
bit
is
about
this part?
Yeah, so in terms of interview, like I can take my example. So there were 2 professors, one was for marketing and one was for finance. So they ask you about your internships, about your graduation, how was your GPA in that, and what did you learn in your internship, and do you have any experience related to the field you want to choose? So the main focus for them was on the graduation and the internships you have done.
Was there like surprising questions?
No, I don't think so. There are normal questions about related to your course and the studies you have done before the MM.
And how did you train for this interview? Did you prepare something like your introduction or the questions they could ask?
Yeah, the basic questions I introduced myself, so I prepared for that, and I gave a review about my courses. So I just revised about the courses I had in my graduation. So that was it.
How many students do you take each year?
So in the Master in Management, we have both national recruitment and an international recruitment. We have 1,000 new students starting every year in the Master in Management. But just to give you an idea, we have 200 international students, and we have a little bit more than 80 students that are international students we recruited from abroad, like we recruited Kshitish.
And what are the diplomas required to apply?
You need a bachelor degree.
Okay.
There is no specific field of study required or even recommended because we are a general business management program. You can do it with a 3 years or a 4 years bachelor degree, and you can apply. Yeah.
So, Kshitish, what did you do before joining the Master in Management?
I did BB in my bachelor's. Then I did 2 internships, which are compulsory in my program for bachelor's, which was in finance. Then I recently did the internship in marketing. So from the starting, I've been a commerce and a management student.
And why did you choose specifically NEOMA Business School?
Because it has the ranking, the world good ranking, and it has a triple accreditations, and the program Grande École is very popular of NEOMA in terms of Europe. So that was the main reason I chose NEOMA.
And there is a test, le Tage Mage. The Tage Mage, is it required to apply to the MIM?
No, it's not required to apply.
Okay.
The MIM, neither does the GMAT. It is also
but
another test.
It's better to have it, or?
Oh yeah, if you have it, yeah, it's always better. It's it's another proof of your strength, academic strength, and of course it can help. But right now it's not mandatory for the Master in Management.
And did you take the Tage Mage option?
No, I took the GRE instead of GMAT.
Oh yeah,
So I think it's because of I had the degree of bachelor's degree of 3 years. That's why I have to take the GMAT or GRE.
Okay, another question for you about the languages of the courses. In which languages are the courses taught?
So you can do the entire program in English,
Okay.
but there's also the possibility during the first year to do a semester in French. It's up to the student actually. Some people already know French and they want to have a bilingual experience during the program at NEOMA, and they want to sharpen their French. But some people, they want the experience, and it's already being in France an international experience, but they want to do entirely in English, and it's possible. And I think it is.
Yeah,
okay.
mine is in an English course, so you can take the English track or the French track.
Okay. And did you take some French classes or not at all?
Yeah, in my 2 semesters in my first year, I had French classes in the school, so that helped me to learn French a lot.
Okay, and how are you today in French? I look like
I-
fluent or?
No, not the fluent. I just completed my A2 level from the school, so right now I'm trying to polish my skills in French.
And in which cities do your students study?
So for the master in management, it's either in Rouen or Reims. You can do it. Actually, one of the features of the program is that we give our students a lot of choice, and the one about the campus is one of them. You can choose whether to start in Reims or Rouen. There's only a few of the last year specializations that are available only in one part and not the other one. And there is, so it's all in Reims and Rouen, apart for one of the MSc specialization in the last year, which is luxury marketing that we offer in our Paris campus.
Shitish, where did you choose to study and why?
I'm in Rouen.
Okay.
So I was looking for the alumni in NEOMA before coming there, so I just talked to them about the places. The best part about Rouen is it's near Paris, so it's very easy to communicate because Paris, you have the airport and everything in Paris. So
How many time?
I've traveled Paris a lot of times, but it takes around 1 hour or 1.5 hours, that's it,
Okay.
to travel Paris. So that's the best part of Rouen.
Okay. And how many years does the master in management last?
So the courses is in 2 years, but you can do it over a span of 3 years if you want. You have the option of doing the gap year, which is very popular in France and available for our international students who, some of them use the option, some not. We have the example of Kshiti, who already had some experience, some internship experience before coming, so he had really the choice and he could do what he wanted. And we have also students who want to do the same as the French student and what we call the long program. But can you tell?
Yeah. So there are 2 tracks. One is short and the second one is long. So I'm the student of short track in which you don't have a gap year. So in the gap year, you can take the internship to internship, and after that, you can apply for the next change in your 3rd semester. Otherwise, you can just go for the short track, which is a normal degree.
Okay.
So
And the idea is that if you don't know what you want to do or you're not sure, you can use the gap year basically to test different sectors, different positions within the same sector, different companies even. But you can also use it to basically strengthen your resume if you want to, and you already know you want to go into this area. It's really a tool that you can customize your way, but it's clearly not mandatory. If you already know what you want to do, and if you already have some experience, you can go through the short track like Shiti.
And what do you want to do? Do you already know?
yeah, I just want to, right now I'm focused about my internship after my 2nd semester, and I'll be looking for the job in Europe.
Okay. And your internship, in which field do you want to do it?
I want to do it in marketing.
Okay. Because you already had experience in marketing, or?
And moreover, I chose a specialization in marketing, so that's why I'm looking for an internship in marketing.
Let's talk now about the first year of the program. We can maybe have a big picture with you, Shitish. What are the different courses that you have in first year?
It's like in the first year you have 2 semesters. So like first semester you get the courses from the school, and second semester you can choose courses according to you for your specialization. So like we have different kind of courses. In like first semester we have courses which are similar to finance, marketing, entrepreneurship. So and in the second semester you can choose courses like if I want to pursue marketing, I chose global marketing, strategic marketing, advanced team management. And so for the first semester you have the courses like the basic courses, which is strategy, economics of culture. So to help you to understand the basic of management.
Okay, and then you can specialize. What are the different fields that you can study in second semester and then in second year?
We have a lot of actually specialization. We have, if you do so an MSc, a double degree and MSc for your specialization, you have 18 different specialization. We have all the classic one, I would say, but that we have a lot of students interested in. We have, of course, investment analysis, corporate finance. We have in the marketing. We go a little bit deeper when you have brand management from one side, luxury marketing, luxury logistics with another program. And then we also have some specifics about the school. We have a supply chain program, which is very popular because Rouen is a big national port. So there's a lot of companies around that working in this field. We launched this year a wine and gastronomy program. That is, of course, more in Reims, using the region and the Champagne region as an help for this program. So a lot. So yeah, altogether, that's all the topics and all the regular, I would say, MSc programs that we do, but also some very specifics that you can. I'm not going to go through the all list. It's 18 MSc program. Plus, also you can, of course, do a double degree. International one if you're interested in.
Kshitij, what was your favorite course that you had?
My favorite course would be the global marketing, as that course has taught me about the basic and the most important tools of marketing, and moreover it gave me the global perspective and taught me the problems which are dealt while you associated with the product when you're going global, and the problems faced by the companies when they're trying to go global.
Okay. And is it possible to study abroad during the master?
Yes, actually, during the first year. So outside of the double degree option in international one that I spoke about just earlier, you can also do an exchange during the first. So let's say the first year you have 2 semesters, you can do one of them abroad. Actually, a lot of students do it, but not all of them. For our international students, like Kshitij, the international experience is already being in France and with us. But yeah, it's a widely used options, and a lot of students actually go for a semester abroad, specifically because we have a lot of very good academic exchange possibility. You can go in Switzerland with St. Gallen, you can go in Canada with Laval, in New York in Barrick College. I mean, we covered all the world, and we are really looking a lot for very strong partners, most of them being accredited. We are triple accredited university, and we want to have the same level of faculty and study abroad for our students. So that's why we also aim for a lot of accredited opportunities. Yeah.
Kshitij, a few words about your student experience in France. Yeah. How is it like to study in France?
I think before coming here, there was some like cliche about that as I'm an international student, it would be difficult for me to interact with the French students as there's a language barrier and it's a different country. But there was nothing like that. French people are very friendly, and moreover, it's difficult for some of them to speak English, but when they are trying to interact with me, they try their level best to go for the English. And moreover, it's been a very easy year for me as the school management has helped me with everything, with the CAP, social responsibility, and the health insurances, everything. So it's been an easy and good year for me.
And do you help students with the administrative procedures, such as to have a visa, for example?
Yeah, I mean, we have, of course, all the student assistance services, but what we have created, and it's both in Rouen and Reims, we have what we call the hub. The idea was for any students, foreigners or not, to have one main point of contact. Whatever the problem is, whether it's regarding finance, visa, anything, they can go to one person in the hub, which is at the center of the both schools, both campuses, sorry. And there is somebody that will help you get the answers, because we know that there is a lot of different questions that our students have, and it's always hard to have all the answers, but it's great to have one services that gather all the questions at the same time, at the same place, and help find the solution rather than tell someone, to go to this side, these services. It's all gathered in what we call the hub.
And where do you live in the campus? Do you have like a housing accommodation? How does it work?
Yeah, there's a international building which is given by the school, which is near the campus. So all the international students live there. So it's near the campus, like 400 to 500 meters near the campus. So that's the best part, that it's easy to communicate because we have the morning classes with the campus. So it's easy to there.
And it is the same for both campuses?
Yes, actually, both our campuses in Reims and Rouen are located within a university. We don't have like a partnership with the university academically wise. We are not linked to them directly, but what I mean is that we are on the campuses of the university, so we can also take advantage of the student accommodation. And for example, in Rouen, it's only a student from NEOMA in your building, or you have also people from the
No,
university, right?
all the exchange students and most of the international students stayed in there. So it's popular for the international students building.
What makes your master unique compared to the others? There are a lot of master in management in France and in international. What is really specific to NEOMA Business School?
But one of the specific is how customizable it is. To have really the option to do. So we are a 2 years program, and this is, already a specificity, but it's a specificity that we have in France to have, and I already explained about the gap year, which is a very important option and the benefits from it. So I'm not going to go again on that, but also how customizable it is, whether you can do an academic exchange if you want to or not, if you can also change your mind and start a first semester in France and decide to go abroad. You can decide to take another year to do the long track later. You can decide on your campuses. What we offer is really the possibility for one student to customize his experience at his will. And that's also continue with the M2, all the specializations that we want, that we propose. So yeah, I would say that what makes it unique and is how the number of options that are open and how flexible we are given the number of students we have to offer all the opportunity possible academically, but also in terms of specialization and later careers.
Did you hesitate with other schools before coming, or you were sure to go to NEOMA Business School?
No, I searched about the schools, but I applied directly at the NEOMA because I was sure that if I want to go, I want to go to NEOMA.
And do you support student entrepreneurs? Do you have something for them if they want to create a business after the 2 years of master?
Yes, we have incubators in our 3 campuses, actually the one in Paris too, and we have a lot of different opportunities for our students. We also have one of the MSc, which is MSc Entrepreneurship and Innovation, that we do with KPMG, that is towards more directly the entrepreneurs, whether they are entrepreneurs or people who want to create their company later. And also there's actually quite a few that use the gap year option. Because when I say gap year option, it's most people will do twice 6 months internship, but you can also use one of those 2 semesters to create a company. It's also a way to start a project like in real life. And of course, yes, we have the incubators that propose, conferences about the different programs, about the different companies that are created, different ideas. So it's like a professional club. If you want to make it, more real life, you can use the incubator, of course, and we also have a specialization for that.
Is it something that interests you? Maybe creating your business after your studies, or do you want to work in big companies?
Sometime like in NEOMA, we have an incubator, which he was talking about. So you can just go there, and there are some of teams working on new ideas. So if the team allows you, you can just join them. Or if you have a new idea, you can have your own team in the incubator. So NEOMA is very supportive in that. They find you the finances for for your project, and it helps you. They help you by the professors. So I think if I have an idea, I'll go to the incubator.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about personal finance. What is the monthly budget for a student in France?
So for Reims and Rouen, so being outside of Paris, our estimation, but of course it can change from one student to the other, is around 800 euros per month.
All included, like to eat?
Yeah, actually, because the accommodation is pretty low. It's not very expensive in Reims and Rouen, and it's easier also to find. I mean, you can be in a student accommodation that we provide, but there's also students living in the cities, and yes, and do you think it's like, because this is a number we created from experience? What's your feeling about it?
I think for a student, if it's living on the campus, on the student housing, it's cheaper for them. If they're going for the city apartment, that expensive. But if you're living in a student housing, I think it would be 500 to 600 euros per month would be enough.
Okay, so that's not a lot compared with what we can pay in Paris, for
Yeah,
instance.
clearly.
Yeah.
And it's also one of those things. Yes, there is the budget, but also the how easy it is to find. It's two very student cities. There's a lot of students. There is a university. There is some other school, engineering schools. So there is a lot of students both in Rouen and Reims, and it's very easy to find a flat, to share a flat with other students. It's really easy to find. Where in Paris, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's also a little bit more complicated to find as a student a place.
And what are the tuition fees for the master?
So it's 13,500 euros per year. If you take the long track with so the 2 years to do the program in 3 years, you only pay for the 2 years of tuition fees. You don't pay, of course, for the gap year and doing the professional experiences. You don't pay for that. So it's the same price whether you do the 2 years program in 2 years or in the span of 3 years.
And let's talk about jobs after the master. What can we do after the master in management?
I mean, the opportunities are, very wide, and we have so many different specializations. So of course, you can do a lot of different things. We are a business school that is generalist, of course. We have a lot of people going to finance. We have a lot of people in auditing, in consulting, in marketing. And we have, of course, a lot of people who have specifics regarding to our campuses. So we have people, of course, in champagne producers and a lot of people in luxury. I mean, it's if we look at, for example, among the 20 top recruiters, we have, of course, banks that are national and multinational, like BNP Paribas and Société Générale, insurance like AXA. We have the usual Accenture, KPMG, Deloitte consulting that you can find, and of course we have a lot of people, of course, in Amazon, Facebook, and the classic technology.
And the GAFA.
Yeah, the GAFA. I could say.
For you, Shitis, it will be marketing. Do you already know what you will do in marketing? It will be like online marketing or direct marketing or B2B? Do you already have an idea?
I have an idea of I'll be going for the brand management in the marketing. So I'll be focusing on the firms which are deal with the technology or with the online portal where they have the brand, which needs to have the analyst for their brand.
And where do you want to work after your master? Do you already know?
My first preference would be France, and I want to work in Europe. So after France, it can be anything.
And it's easy for your students to stay in Europe or in France if they want?
Yes, I mean, it's of course, we have a lot of students that go abroad where they are locals. We have a lot of international students that stay. It really depends on the opportunities they want. Some students want the international experience but want to come back to their home country. Some want an experience in Europe, in France. Of course, for France, if you go to non-international big companies, French will be an asset. You will need to master some French, at least to work with your coworkers and to be able to work in French, even if you're not fluent. But of course, there's also very international companies that don't require the same level of French and that will be happy to have somebody with a very international profile and speaking English.
And the average salary, do you have it after the master?
Yes. Actually, it's 44,000 at the end of the program, and 50 per year, of course, and 56,000 per year, 3 years after graduation.
But I think it depends from the country where you are.
Yeah, of course. The numbers that I give is not the numbers that we collect ourselves. It's from the different rankings. So it's collected by the different accreditations. So the 56,000 per year after 3 years of graduation comes from the financial term rankings. But of course, it's weighted, and we know some sectors pay more than some others. Even if that switch over the years, we can see some changes in that regard recently, and of course, depending on the countries.
We are going to conclude with a question that I will ask to the both of you, beginning with you. What message do you want to share to international students who are watching and who are hesitating to come to your school?
I mean, we are really happy to welcome international students. We want to have more international students. At the same time, we discussed about the hub and the fact that you can personalize your program. For us, it's very important to welcome them in a very good way. So we want to offer the candidates and our students as many options as possible, and to welcome them in the best conditions. So we don't hesitate to apply to NEOMA, to have some contacts with some our alumni. We are launching a new platform where you will be able to discuss with our students very soon through the website. But yeah, I would say don't hesitate to get some more information, not only from me, from my team who travel the world to meet the students everywhere, but also through our students, using LinkedIn, using the network to connect with our students and to know what it is to be in NEOMA Business School.
Kshitij, same question for you. A message for international students who are watching.
I think for the international students, this one is a great opportunity, as this program of NEOMA has a different flagship in Europe. So there will be no problem for the international student. As I can see, I am an international student, so I have lived here for 1 year, so there will be no problem. And moreover, as I told you, that the NEOMA management is amazing in solving the problem for the international student. They manage everything. Before coming here, I was able to do everything back in India. So it's a great opportunity, and international students should take it.
Thank you, Kshitij, Mathieu. Thanks a lot. We can have more information. You just said it on the website.
On the website, all the information, of course.
Thank you, and thank you all for watching. See you soon on Campus France.